Today, I want to talk about if you ever feel stuck and making those really tough decisions.
Welcome to the Millionaire Success Habits Podcast. All success starts right here.
I want to talk about those tough decisions, those ones we ignore, those ones that we avoid, those ones that give us a bellyache sometimes. And not that everybody's going through that, but so many times in life, there are decisions we need to make that we are not. It is so much easier. I don't know about you, but I absolutely do it. If there's hard things in my life, I find a way to tuck it down and stay busy, avoid it, do something else. And in most cases, those tough decisions are the ones that make the biggest impact in your life. So let's talk about those tough decisions that we like to avoid, that we like to put off because they could be painful, they could be scary. Sometimes there's an unknown attached on the other side of those tough decisions. So isn't it easier just to tuck it down, forget about it, and move on? Yeah, probably temporary, but not long term. So how do we make tough decisions? Well, here's one I'd like you to think about. First off, number one, if we don't make a decision, nothing will change. In fact, it most likely will get worse. So think about this. Whatever's stopping you, holding you back, makes you scared, makes you worried, if you do nothing about it, all it will do is occupy your mind, occupy your thoughts. And fast forward a year, 5 years, 10 years from now, will it be any different? Imagine if that one thing you're thinking of, there could be lots of things. It could be in love life, health, relationships. It could be in your starting a new career, starting a new job, finally getting out of a job that's killing you, or registering that URL, or doing the first deal, or making the first offer. I don't know what it is. But there's something holding you back. It's this big decision. It's something you're worried about. Maybe you don't want to tell your spouse. Maybe you don't want to tell your family. Maybe you're afraid to talk to people around you, so you ignore it. But if you keep ignoring it, how would it feel if you compounded it a year from now and you're in the same exact spot? That's the first thing. Secondly, what if it's 5 years from now and that same exact thing that you're afraid to make a decision on is still holding you back? It's got you stuck exactly where you are today. What if it's 10 years? Let me ask you, and you say, I don't think 10 years will go by. How fast has the last 5 years gone by for you? Life has gone by so fast in the last 5 years. I'm blessed that I'm trying to soak up every bit, but it's going fast. So how long did you ever stay in a bad relationship, stay in a bad job, not make that decision, not contemplate the new business, contemplate making more money, contemplate getting more whatever it is. And all of a sudden you realize, like, wow, that was a year ago I started thinking about that. No, that was 5 years ago. Or it was 10 years ago. So first off, I want you to think, if you don't make a decision, the pain of that inaction will do nothing but grow. So that's step one. So that's a little motivation to listen to the rest of what I want to share with you today. If you have access to a whiteboard, if you have access to a flip chart, if not, just grab a piece of paper and think about this. Amuse me here for a second. I want you to think about two different timelines. Now, this is hard to do. Most people don't do this stuff, but most people wouldn't be watching me. Most people are sitting around thinking about more, complaining. I don't mean that disrespectful, but they're not gaining wisdom, knowledge, or even inspiration. I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but if I can inspire you to action today, then it's worth this time, right? I want you to think about taking two pieces of paper, and on one, write where you are. I'm here right now. And then I want you like a flow chart of your life. I want you to do version one. You don't make that tough decision. You don't start the business. You don't say no to this relationship. You don't fix it. You don't move to the next level. Nothing changes. And I want you to write what will be if nothing changes. You stay where you are. Well, the job will be okay. 6 months from now, maybe you get a little raise. A year from now, another raise. Let's just take a job, for example, that might just be draining your body, draining your soul. It was something your family, friends, your college professor, somebody thought you should take. Maybe it made you feel responsible for a moment, but you know it's killing you on the inside. So let's just say you stay in that job. As you go down that path, think about where will you be in 6 months and how will you feel? What's the emotions? How will you feel if you get a 10% raise in a year from now and you get an extra 3 days vacation? And just go down that road over the next 10 or 20 years and spend the time. Is your life worth 10 minutes taking that? And maybe you'll find that's okay. You'll get a promotion. You'll move to next level of management. You'll feel better about, I don't know, go down that road. And then also feel, what kind of security would you have? Maybe that job brings you a sense of security. And go down that road. You could do the same thing with staying in a relationship. You could do the same thing with leaving your health the way it is. Take a 10-year look into the future and literally write it down. Don't just think about it. Don't just visualize, even though they're both amazing. Write it down. Like I'm picturing, if I was on a whiteboard with you right now and you were sitting in front of me, I would say, okay, where are you right now? And you tell me and say, okay, 6 months from now, where would you be with your health, your relationship, your job, your income, if nothing changes. And we just go down that road and figure a line and a circle, then another line, then a circle and a circle and a circle. And then just look at that path. And maybe you'll find, you know what? It's safe. It's secure. I need security in my life. That's great. But then below it, or on another piece of paper, then think if you make the change, if you make the decision, if you get through the pain, if you stop avoiding the big decision, if you stop feeling stuck and you just say, screw this, I am changing this today. I'm ending this bad relationship today. I'm fixing the bad relationship right now. I'm ending this job, or I'm transitioning, or I'm going to start to look, or I'm going to post my resume, or I'm going to start my own business, or I'm going to start doing real estate, or I'm going to start doing whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to register the URL, whatever it is. Picture on the next chart, if you're on a flow chart, whiteboard, or piece of paper, is you made that change. Yeah, you might feel insecure. Write that down. What would you be in 6 months? What would you be doing? Would you be pursuing your passion? Would you be doing more yoga and meditation to get more in touch with who you are or feel better about you? You know, again, I'm kind of all over the board I'm thinking of it could be your relationship, could be your income, it could be your health, but just pick one and start going down that journey. Where will you be in 6 months, a year? You might be scared, but will you find something new? Think back on past experiences when you were scared and you made a decision. Your next level of life, your next level of happiness, joy always lives on the other side of your biggest challenge. I know that, you know that, but we all get scared. And then we get a little older, we get complacent, we get fearful and go, let me just leave it the way it is. How's leaving it the way it is do when no one's around? When you're alone, when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with your head spinning and you're thinking about it, right? How's that doing for you? I don't know. I'm not telling you from lack of experience. I've done these things myself. So I want you to think about the two options of your life. And as hard as it is, you're going to find this hard to do. Believe me, I just did this exercise with two different paths. I have the option for two different paths in my life on something that's huge. And I've been thinking about it and staying up and worrying. And I'm like, it's not working. I literally had to sit and go down both paths and not just a month, and I had to think, how will I feel in a year? How will I feel in 5 years? Now that life has gone by so quick, we know that 5 years is going to go by in a moment. So in 5 years, do you want to be watching me going, I remember when Dean did this 5 years ago and I still haven't went for it. I still haven't decided. I still haven't made that tough decision. When are you going to make that tough decision? I would say, when are you going to do this exercise? I don't mean to be all maybe too personal today, or I'm trying to hesitate. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just being real. Life is going by quick. I went for a bike ride with my daughter today. It was amazing. You should make sure you check out my Instagram. We're doing a lot on Instagram. It's exploding over there. So go to Instagram and check me out, because I'm trying to do a quick little video every day. But I went for a bike ride with my daughter today, and I can remember when she was a baby saying, how cool would it be to someday go on a bike ride? We crossed the main street. I looked around. She's 11, gonna be 12 this year. We're going on a bike. She's an adult. I was like, wait a minute. She was 2 minutes ago, I was putting training wheels on. Now she's like, we're driving all over. She's like, hey, I think I'm going to drive to my friend's house later. She's a little adult. It happened like that. Well, we all know it goes fast. So I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but this is your life we're talking about. You don't want to look back at the end of your life and go, why didn't I make that decision? Why didn't I get healthier sooner? Why didn't I fix that bad relationship? Why didn't I say no or end a bad relationship? Or why didn't I start that business? Do you think you'd be better starting and failing something with your passion, or sticking and being safe in something that's slowly robbing your life, your juice for life? Again, I know it's easier said than done. You have life, you have bills, you have mortgages, you have relationship, you have kids, we have all this stuff. But man, in the end of the day, are we going to look back and say, I'm so glad I played safe. I'm so glad I didn't to try to do something older. I'm so glad I just played small and didn't reach my full potential. Hell no. Not one of you watching me. You are not the type to watch me if that's the life you want. So today, I'm not encouraging you to do something drastic. I'm just encouraging you to investigate. Do the exercise. Look into your future on two different paths. Look down the road a year, 5, 10, even 20, and see what path you think you should take. Reverse engineer it and decide today.
What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.